check, clearly it means things are going right.
Yeah.
What was that zone like that you were in for 2 minutes there?
I don't know. It was just a ton of fun. Obviously, I think I showed that I was having a lot of fun, but yeah, it was great.
Where does that rank among your most memorable basketball moments, scoring 13 in less than 2 minutes in the quarter?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty high up there, obviously. You know, the end result wasn't exactly what we wanted, but yeah, still very fun.
Why didn't you shoot in the second?
I don't know if you noticed, but they were face guarding pretty heavy, making sure that I didn't get any shots off, and then just trying to, we always talk about gravity a lot and how, shooters can provide gravity and create advantages for others, so just kind of trying to make that happen. Just kind of what was going on there.
What is a week like this like when you don't have a opponent to prepare for right away and you can kind of work on yourselves a little bit more? Yeah,
it's exactly like we came back yesterday, and it was a very work on yourselves type of day. Get back to our main kind of focus points that we need to work on and emphasize those to a T, and that's exactly what we did.
What kind of things are you doing for the turnovers and the rebounding?
Yeah, those are exactly the two things. We looked at them yesterday. We looked at KenPom, how we're an elite team in almost every facet, except for those two things, and how we can focus. We watched every single turnover we had in that game, how we could fix it. Watched every single board that we didn't grab defensively and how we could have fixed that, and then emphasize that to a T during practice.
Is KenPom and analytics in general maybe a little more preferred by this staff compared to the last? I'm not saying it's good or bad, just wondering.
I would say that we're a very analytics heavy team this year. We're always whether it's our outside analytics guys or it's KenPom or whatever. Our staff is very analytics driven.
Is there an example of like a stat or a number trend?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about like points per points per possession, points per shot. It's probably why we don't shoot a lot of mid range, because we know that even a wide open mid range gives us a lower point per shot than a slightly contested three would, or a lay at the rim. So it's just kind of like things like that we always kind of go over.
Thanks.
How have you worked your role into Danny and Vlad?
No, yeah, I think it's just playing off of, what they bring to the team. I think that, obviously I'm, not quite doing it to as high a level as they are, but, like kind of bringing, facets of both of their games into my own. Danny's ability to stretch the floor, Vlad's ability to, go down low, guard the post, things like that, like defensively. So, just trying to kind of be a, puzzle piece and whatever, when those two, whether it's foul trouble or, one of them's tired or something like that, being able to go and plug in and, not have any drop off.
How much pride do you take in that? I mean, being more than just obviously the energy guy, which
Yeah.
we know you had that for a long time, but a lot of times when teams, I would imagine they're probably like, finally, 2 7-footers are out of the game, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
you're probably like,
Yeah.
here I come.
Yeah, like let's go. No, yeah, I absolutely love being, one of those first couple guys off the bench, being able to, provide that energy, the pride of having 0 drop off, providing that depth is huge, and being able to, just keep the team competing and leading, those like some of those second team guys when they come in, being kind of a sense of calm for them, with not having either Danny or Vlad.
Are you captain?
Huh?
Are you captain?
No, we don't.
You guys do
we
that?
didn't vote on that.
It feels like every year you physically have looked different. You've been asked to do different things.
Yeah.
I guess, how much have you learned about yourself? Do you feel like you're maybe at the pinnacle of where you've been in your game at this point?
Yeah, I think definitely just the confidence that I've gained from this staff, working with Coach Matt Aldred on my body a lot this past off season, being able to kind of find like my perfect sweet spot on like where I want to be like playing weight wise, and then just like our style of play. I feel like it's been like a a perfect combination for like my best self to be able to be brought out, and just being surrounded by great teammates as well as helps greatly.
Aldrin talked a lot about individualized training, right?
Yeah.
For you guys.
Mhm.
How much have you enjoyed that?
No, yeah, it's been great. I think a lot of our like off season, like summer stuff was very, 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 very individualized. But then as you get into the season, things can kind of be a little bit tougher with like minutes guys are getting and stuff like that. So it's right now we're more of like a maintaining stage of what we had worked to. But he's obviously still talking to every single guy. We're always on his force plates doing tests and things like that to make sure every guy's getting what they need, make sure jumps are where they need to be, weights are where they need to be. So yeah, he's very in tune and involved in every single guy's game.
When looking at guys like Roddy and Trey, they both just seem very calm and very like poised throughout the game. Can you talk about what that brings to your team and just their playing ability as well?
Yeah, I think having like quote unquote veteran guys that are able to, like you're able to look them in the eye when things aren't necessarily going the right way, and they're able to kind of calm you down is like huge for like a team like ours.
Can you speak to the impact Ruben has? I know his shot hasn't fallen, but what does he
Yeah.
do for the other four guys on the floor when he's
Yeah,
out there?
we talked about that yesterday, and like how we need to appreciate every single guy and like what they bring. And Ruben was one of those guys that like you have to really appreciate what he does, from just like his shots obviously aren't falling. Like we know the 3-point shooter he can be, the 3-point shooter he is, may not being shown right now, but the fact that he brings so much else, like so many other things to the game, like he's one of the most elite defenders I've ever been around. He's so great in that asset of his game. And then just being like kind of like with Trey and Rod, just like even keeled, like never gets too high, never gets too low. Always a great teammate, and he's really a joy to play with.
Well, you guys have had several games like Arkansas, Iowa, Wake Forest, where you guys have been up to like 13, 15, 16 points, kind of like that. We slip away. I guess what does this team need to do to kind of step up points through?
I think it's just it's honestly just complacency. I think that we get up, we kind of relax a little bit, and it's teams like those when you just need to like put them away. You just need to crack that 25 mark, keep pushing, and then those teams will break. And I think that's one of our main emphasis that we talked about yesterday is complacency, being able to really finish those games and not get complacent in times like those.